Morning, LMAO. What's up? Yeah. About time. Sure, okay. You're not wrong. That's what I was thinking about going to sleep. This guy clocks in. Yeah, what do you expect me to do? Not show up for work? Great time to be vaulting. Goddamn right. Hey, it's a Friday, so I mean, why not? That's how that works. Hey, Peter. What's up, Dixon? How you doing? Hey, Mac. Bone. Yo. So, Caleb, Mr. Crop Time Streams just recently moved in with my girlfriend. Life's been hectic. Hope to catch some more in the future. Fuck yeah, bud. I hope you both coexist quite well. Is that for real? Yeah, just knocking the ads out of the park at the beginning, so people tune in after the first 5 minutes, they don't get any ads. That whole deal. Block course tomorrow? Yes. Yes. Late stream? Early stream. Jackson, how you doing, boss? Been a minute. How's it going, King? Or Sugar Stump? Kinamoto? Jay, how you guys doing? How you guys doing? Morning. I can't say I got working 4 hours and need to sleep. Oh, 4 hours? Fucking hell. I'm praying for you today. Appreciate you coming through, at least with a start to say, hey. Need you to start early to make work more bearable. How long have I been following you? 2021. 0208. February 8th, it would seem. 2 years ago. Very good, very busy with work. That's the way to be. Glad to hear it, man. Very, very glad to hear it. Morning, Clark Andy. How's it going? Vol honors for the foreseeable morning. So my ideal is that I'm gonna stream until my barber opens, and then I'm gonna go and get a haircut and then sleep. And my barber does not open at 3 a.m. It opens pretty early in the morning, but around like 7-ish, around that time. I'll need to check and make sure I know exactly what time it is, but got about a cheeky little, probably 6 to 7 hour stream on the schedule for today, so yeah. How many ads? Enough to keep your ass tidied up. Whatever that means. Just running a few raffles real fast before I clear all these down. I ran about 7 of them or so. And now we'll unpause the redemptions. There we go. I should complete all these real fast as well too. There we go. Just sub forehead. Exactly. You tell them. What's up, Farewell? How's it going? Estella, good morning. I haven't been able to do much with the MC for ages, so I'm so out of the loop nowadays. Oh, are you not working on Minecraft at the moment? Go see the config for your pickup notifier? You don't just ask someone to see their config. Unless they're into it, which I am. There we go. That's config for all. Yo, man, thanks for the gifted sub. I appreciate that. Thank you. Did that go through on Streamlabs and I just not hear it? Yes, it did. Okay, cool. My brain didn't register that there was a noise that got made just then, but making sure all is good on that.
Happy early birthday, Pete.
Early birthday? What's the date today? The 10th? Oh, fuck. You're right. It is my birthday in 4 days. That's crazy. Anyway. Thanks for the 23. Appreciate that, Spee. Thank you. So this is the all. And then for the pickup notifier clients, I'll just do a scroll job in a second here. Or scoundrel items? Oh, I need to do that actually. Yeah, that's not a bad shout. Let me take care of that. So you can Pause if you need to, but those are the two main files to edit there. Okay, yeah, actually, let me get that edited real fast. I probably need to restart my client as well, too. Thick! Okay, so what are the scav items? That's my Chad bag. Where's my scab bag? So it's the skelly stuff. The skeleton bone shard is the thing. It's old book now. Let me start with that. F3H advanced tooltips. Thank you. The vault scavenger old book. Okay. Old book's not on here, right? There'd be no reason why it would be. Yeah, it's not. Okay. Scavenger old book. And then what are the other three? What are the new ones? Ribcage, wishbone, and skull. Yeah, okay. So that's scavenger, skeleton, wishbone. Skeleton. Wishbone. Skeleton ribcage, and skeleton skull. Appreciate the reminder. You got my back, which means I got yours. What's up, Nibbles? How you doing? What does your config do? Well, this config works as a reverse blacklist, so it's a whitelist. It's inverted, right? So it just means that only these items will appear for the pickup notifier. Nothing else will show. So I just have it to only show me scavenger stuff because I don't care about knowing, like, seeing anything else. Oh, you've been IRL since like June. Oh, hell yeah, man. Sorry if you told me that at some point. I forgot about it, but I'm glad to hear work's keeping you busy on that regard. New ventures, new heights. Remember the comments after each new scav item. Good shout. Thank you. I did forget about that.
Yo. I gotta go to work in a few minutes.
Mana shield, nice.
So have a good stream, y'all. PeteZahHutt.
I think there's anything else. Oh, it's the, what is it? Zombie arm. Instead of... Did zombie arm replace anything? It replaced hide, right? Hide's not being used anymore?
Keep on keeping on.
Yeah, hide isn't being used anymore. So it's zombie arm instead of zombie hide. Okay. Cool. Save that real fast. Hopefully me saving that while the game's open doesn't fuck anything up. Replace bone shard? No, bone shard's the thing. Bone shard's part of the ore stuff. I think the zombie... Yeah, zombie flesh. Or hide
GMT.
got replaced by the arm. Alright, cool. I'm gonna restart my client real fast. Oh, I activated Mana Shield. Silly goober. Great time. Thanks for the 27. Appreciate that. Monte, thanks for the 21. Hope work goes well for you. And hi, Jen. Never much of the 2 months. Good morning to you. Thanks for the 2-monther, boss. I appreciate that ton. Thank you so much. Go back to COD watching. See ya. COD or VOD, either way, I wish you the best. New NBT, though. Got you. Shouldn't matter, though, because it's not going off NBT. It's just going off tag. That's fine. Got you, Jackson. This ideas with no time to do things? Yeah, it's understandable. What pushed the, drive to switch to IRL for a bit? Do you have a contact or someone recommend you the position? Was it just like a money thing where you're like, damn, wait, hold on a second, this one, I get the bag over here? Or are you just kind of getting burnt out on MC stuff? Which, to be fair, if that's the case, then I don't blame you. Been working with that shit for a long time. My job ain't anywhere near as... When? Babe! Oh. Do you feel any requirement for new mod unlock, like create or mech or Botania? No. Why? There we go and everything. Alright, cool. I wanted to mess around a little bit with some workbench readjustment because I want to kind of get a little bit more absorbed into the inscription stuff. I'm not kidding. I ended my stream yesterday at, what was it, 6 a.m. and then played Valorant until 9:30. Didn't get to see him yesterday. Can you show off the wardrobe blocks? Sure. Is it, So this is the, wardrobe block. You set up armor that you want to be able to swap to, as well as bauble stuff, and a hotbar of your choice. And then you click the button, and it transfers everything over. So just like that, I have my entire setup, minus the stuff in my main inventory, which I just have a chest underneath here that I can put it into whenever I want, so if I don't want to run with this stuff anymore. With one button press, I'm over from my vault running stuff to my overworld stuff. It's actually the greatest thing that they've added. It's so fucking wonderful. And then I click another button.
I haven't finished yesterday's
grab my
yet,
stuff,
so
and I'm ready to vault.
Off my prime.
It's so cool.
Would you hold
and you can
on
have
to
multiple of
me,
these as well too.
please?
Fun playing with you on Val? Were you in one of my games last night? Pen and Power, thanks for the 26. I appreciate you. Thank you. It's a long time. Appreciate you. I haven't finished today's VOD yet, so I'm just dropping off my Prime. Would you hold on to it for me, please? Only temporarily. Don't be too long, okay? Appreciate you. The Swift plays? Hell yeah. What was your username on there? Because I know that we had a couple of really funny Swift plays toward the end of the night. Later in the morning. End of the session, I should probably say. Swift plays are fucking hilarious, man. I've been running into some really cool people on Valorant. And from everything I've heard, I fully expect that to stop when I start queuing into ranked. But for the time being, while I'm a casual unrated Andy, it's been pretty fucking awesome. Oh, you were a K-Shark? Yeah, those were good. The first match, I didn't... somehow I had the toggle on where I couldn't see enemy all chat. I don't know why I had that setting on. And then Suki was like, do you have your all chat disabled? And I looked at the, like the end of the match. I couldn't see anything, but then we were EQ'd a couple of times. It was funny. Yeah, it was some good sessions. God, that was expensive. Probably the skill charter, so I don't waste 148. It's still a bit steep, to be honest. I should have bought the skill charter. I'm regretting it already. Trident. Full inscription for 1405. What does that cost?
Oh, ye should get this out of the way.
So, inscription pieces are relatively common. That's not even a gold. I'm trying to think about this. You can find inscription pieces in the black market for, I think I saw one that was 200-ish, maybe on the high end of 200. I bought my first one for the low end of 400. And if it only takes 2 to make an empty inscription and 64 vault bronze, when a gold, which is more than 64, is 70, 50 to 70, you can get a plat for 300. Unless the inscriptions in the black market are of a higher loot pool, higher completion, higher time for the same 2% instability, then I don't see why you would want to do this. That's really pricey. Because otherwise, you'd only assume it would be at maximum 1,000 if you're going, not 1,000, 800 or so, if you're going off the cost of the gold, less than the gold. And then the 2 inscription pieces. I wonder. Well, I do want to run some shard runs today for inscription finding purposes. Craft works in the ones you find. I don't know about the black market. I'd have to assume that it works in the same way as jewels. There's no way that inscriptions from here is the same rarity or the same quality. That's a good way of putting it. As the ones that you craft in the inscription table. Either way. Yeah, I want to move some stuff around here because you. Yeah, hold on a sec. Let me swap out of my vault running gear. So nice. So nice. Don't charge that, please. So if I'm watching Vault Hunters, why I know barely anything about how it works, I'm just vibing back here? I can explain if you want. Believe me, I fully understand. When I was first shown Vault Hunters by H during a pitch when he was like, yeah, come on for Season 2. I tried watching a little bit of Season 1 and I had no idea what the fuck was going on. Like, how do you start understanding any of this shit? I mean, I get it. You're actually alive? No shot? I know, huh? Thanks, Jackson. Appreciate the 78, King. Thank you so much. Leg day yesterday. Now I can't walk. Guess I'll have to watch your stream all day. Dude, I tried doing leg day today, and my left knee is bothering me, and I don't know why. I had to stop midway through my squat reps. I was only able to get 1 set done out of the 4 that I was aiming for because my left knee was just popping and hurting, and I have no clue why. I need to get into the gym and get a personal trainer to help my joints. I have no clue what the hell's wrong with me. Sure, I know the basics, I think. Well, I mean, so what we're doing right now is looking into a system called Inscriptions, which is basically just a crafted new system to be able to add rooms into a vault that you go into. So, for example, the Mushroom Inscription, there's an Omega room that has a lot of living chests. This is just a system for how you craft that inscription to put it on a crystal, so when you run a vault, you'll get the mushroom and nothing else. So it's like we're kind of diving into, okay, if you want to run a cove, here's the things that you need to craft it, throw this on a crystal, then when you go into your next vault, you'll get a cove. And that'll be the only room in there. So that's kind of what we're, at least like the immediate thing in front of me. And then I was also talking about the black market, which is a system where you can spend soul shards, which are these items right here, that you get from smelting down loot or killing mobs in a vault in exchange for goods. So it's like an economy system on here, pretty much as a marketplace. So yeah, that's the specifics of what we're talking about right now at the moment. Hopefully that explains stuff. Is Pyro Cove another Omega coin room? Yeah, that's the Omega coin room. I haven't seen anything about it. I haven't seen it, so I'm excited to see what it looks like. You're so real for explaining. I mean, I'm happy to help. If you got any questions, pitch them over.
9 months.
Foot reviewer, 9 months. Are you that program that I took a photo of my feet for Vivo Barefoot? Is that you? Damn. Don't do anything with that photo, okay? Keep it tucked away. Thanks for the 9 months. I appreciate you though. Sugar Stomp, thanks for the 3. Had to catch another stream. Hope you're going well. I'm doing pretty alright. How about you? 2 Omega coin rooms now. There's only 1 Omega coin room. There's the challenge room, the dragon room. But in terms of Omega rooms, I guess the only other one would be painting, because that has some coins at the bottom for a little bit. I'm assuming at the library is the replacement for the cube room. Well, the cube room's still in. I thought I heard Iskale talking about wanting to revamp it, not remove it. But I wouldn't be surprised if the cube room got removed, because it's kind of an awkward room. It's so different and not in a comfortable way, right? You gotta bring shit in from previous vaults. You need a Picarang to really do anything good with it, and that's not a vault item. It's like just a strange room at the moment. I don't like the idea of needing to bring in anything to take advantage of a good room. That's why I'm glad that they got rid of the village room underneath there, because I don't like having to bring in an Eye of Ender. How am I supposed to know that? The library is incredible, though. Thought the dragon was an Omega coin room. It's basically as good as one. Yeah, I don't know how good anyway, don't tell me. But I mean, if it was Omega, there wouldn't have been mobs. If it's mobs, it's a challenge room. If there's no mobs, it's an Omega room. That's the basics, pretty much. Frame chesticle. Why am I using hashtag? One of you, give me an export, please. Thank you. Okay. Do that. We'll do that, and then cool. So we got that next to there if we need that. Cool. And then I want to move you over. Just faceted focus. Okay. I wish I had the shrinking device from Stone Blocks so badly right now. That'd be so nice on here. Happy early birthday, got anything planned for it? I appreciate that. No. Probably streaming. Exact mode off. I'll need that stone back. That should work now. Yes, good. Okay. That should be fine. I think this was grass. Yeah. And then we can put this here. Cool. Good. Alright, nice. Because I wanted that next to here. Just because being up here seemed a little awkward. I didn't like the positioning. And yeah, it's good now. It's good, it's good, it's good. Cool. That's all that stuff over there. Nice. Slight little adjustments. I want to change anything else up about this. Not really. Looks fine. Yeah, this is good. Okay, cool. Oh, whoops. Put that there real fast. Hopefully one day they add the pixel art room again. I love it. Thanks so much. That room was nuts in season 2. Oh my god. I remember when it first came out, I'm thinking, and everyone else was too, there's no way that this doesn't make every other Omega room pale in comparison. And that's exactly what it did. If they did that and brought it back, it would need to be very carefully balanced. In fairness, you probably already have some balancing by default because in Season 2, you would do nothing but run around looking for Omega rooms, so naturally, you'd find that pretty often. In here, you could make it pretty rare, like rarer than a mine room, and it would probably be balanced. Happy early birthday to both of us. When's yours? Oh, we have the same birthday as you. Pog found us in stage 4M. Hell yeah, fellow Pi Day. Fellow Pi Day. Alright. So, I have a scav bounty, and I kind of want to jump in and do a few more scavs. I also need to go over and buy some stuff from Harry's gold shop, so I'm gonna do that real quick, like. Need to get some health potions, because I'm completely out. And why set up something myself if I can help out someone who's got a shop? That's good cope. I forgot to bring gold. Just kidding. No, I didn't. You don't mind if I buy you out, do you? What room are we talking of? It's a pixel art room from Season 2. The concept of it is that you would enter into the room, and it had intersection on the ground. There's two pathways, right? Two bridges. And floating up all throughout the room, just blank open space, was giant recreations of vault items in pixel form. So for example, think of a catalyst, but 20 blocks wide, 20 blocks, or 16 by 16, whatever it would be, because it'd be pixel perfect, right? And it would be about 3 blocks thick. And then the middle block would be an air gap where you just have a bunch of chests. And if you broke those chests, or whatever the items were, you would get catalyst fragments, or full catalysts for that matter. Same thing with if there was a pixel art of an unidentified vault chestplate. If you broke into the middle of that one by building up and doing it, you get a bunch of unidentified chestplates. There were a lot of different items like that for bronze, silver, gold, whatever the case may be. And it was really fucking good. Because you got a lot of stuff. For that reason, though, and the amount that you would get from each pixel art piece, it very quickly became way too strong. But I loved it. I thought it was a really fun concept. I don't think they ever removed it. I don't think they ever removed it. Basically a paint room. I guess it was similar to the paint bucket room, yeah.
GM haven't been able to catch
Or
a lot
Nexi.
of streams lately due to different time zones, but happy to be here now.
Hey, you know what? If it's DGen for me, that means it's probably right on time for somebody else. That's the cope that I'm adjusting a little bit of whenever I go live. It's like, I appreciate you, though. Thank you very much for the 11 months. Thank you, thank you. Catalyst was my favorite. It looks so cool. It really did. Legendary Battle is complete? No, it's one off. One off. You know what I could do, actually? Hold on. Josh, I saw you were streaming a ton. How did your rank stuff go? Did you get up to plat? You set up a hopper that takes items from a shulker and puts it into the bag? Probably. Right on time for me, I guess. Up, Hellfire. How you doing? Thanks, Mouse Guy. Thank you. Alright, cool. So we're good on health potions. Nice. Snag one of those real fast, though. Cool. Oh yeah, I got junk in here that I gotta empty out. That's actual junk. Anything else I care about? Nope. Never mind, I care about that quite a lot. Got on from work, glad I missed the stream. Sup, Bella? Hope work was swell. Alright, how many crystals do we have backed up in our chest? Thank you for that. Not really, except for this stuff. Unmodifiable, negative modifiers, other modifiers, bonus gilded. Damn, we still got a lot of these. I gotta run those. 5 times bonus gilded and freezing. Kinda wanna run this just to run it, you know? But also, I kinda wanna jump straight into a scav. But also, I wanna do a soul hunting vault. Soul hunting vault. We'll do a soul hunting vault. I want to really take a dive into the black market and see what we can find in here. Melons, emeralds, oak, and gun. Lacking in oak logs. I need to take care of that real fast. Melons. Forgot I packed them. Off one. Got flat again after losing like 3 with Suki. It was rough. Damn. You didn't get your MMR back after that session? It's been a long, lonely December. Shit. What's an easy way of doing this? Why's my brain not working right now? Long, lonely December. I need to vein mine these as well too to get some... You know, an automatic farm would be nice for this. I'm not gonna tell you that that's not the case. You better be getting 20 this weekend. I'll be a little busy this weekend, but probably not too busy to get that done, though. Why's my brain not working? How do you farm a tree, dude? Time for a big mod? Not when it's only asking for 100. If it asks for 1,000, then we can talk. Immortal Paxel? Meh. What's up, Kazi? You juice all your old runes? No, I haven't actually. I need to do that. Thank you for the reminder. Oh, I turn on... Wait. Oh, because I've got 2 pickup upgrades on here. I see. Turn off voiding as well, too. Don't do that. I still believe the scaling of the crystals is not working correctly. It makes no sense that it requires this low amount of items at this level. I'm sure it's been a conversation quite a few times. I'd imagine something would have been said by now if it wasn't intended. Scaling of the crystals is based on number of vaults ran, not level, right? It's a combination of both. Well, actually, it has nothing to do with vaults ran. So the type of item, like for example, a nether star appearing, that kind of thing, sponge, whatever. That depends on your player level. So that way you're not going to ask for another star when you're a level 2. The quantity of items asked, that depends on how many crystals you've crafted. So it's got nothing to do with the amount of vaults that you've ran. That's why it seemed like there was a slight imbalance with my level specifically and the resources I was being asked for crystals, because I've ran a ton of co-ops. So a lot of vaults that I had ran, I didn't actually craft a crystal for. Have you had the Nether Star on the altar? I don't know. I might have had it once. I don't think so. It's got said that you can get a helmet enchant with over 300 blocks for extra vein mine. Would that ruin a helmet, do you think? No. That'd be funny. I want that. Just put the knife away and try to listen. My recipes are way worse than yours in level 6-7, I think, but mainly solo. Got you. So I got something to look forward to then. Hell yeah. I say that with slight genuineness. Gravel, pork, copper, and carrot. Now this is a decent request of items. Okay, we're getting up there. Oh, I'm 5 off. Fuck. Should have went to the... What's it called? Factory room. Should have done it. Should have gotten the triple compressed. Which mod is this? Volhunters. It's a very immersive dungeon running mod. Think like Path of Exile type deal. Got a few of these. I also got a lot of copper to be fair, so. Need to get some more gravel. So before I do that, let's just... I'm gonna be level 76 for a while, though, to be fair, with the difficulty of vaults that I'm running. So let's do a little swap ski over to my overworld stuff. A big would help with gravel? I'm sure it would. I can't let Big Mod win. Big Dairy already took over most of my impression when I was a kid. I can't let Big Mod take over my impression as I'm an adult. Wardrobe is so orgasmic. Yeah, that's true. I've orgasmed like twice already. Like the last 5 minutes, specifically. Pickles Puppies area. Which also... Is this just an old... Distant Horizons config? Or... Yep, okay. Wait, I don't remember Puffy getting rid of the volcano etching of this? She did not. Volcano edging. That is what I said. Also listening to a much wider playlist tonight. I took the playlist that I've been listening to and made a similar playlist, which is basically just Spotify taking that playlist and putting together a bunch of different songs from the same artists, which is a really cool feature. And then I made a similar playlist to that one, and then a similar playlist to that one, and then a similar playlist to that one, and then I combined all of it together into one playlist. And then I made a similar playlist to that one, and then combined them. So the playlist I'm listening to is like 31 hours. but it might be good. So we'll see. And now we're here. I mean, hey, it's the easiest way to find new music I can think of. Enhance is good too, but I mean, why not get 20-fold the amount of songs you normally listen to? It's kind of like banana filming a little bit. If I go to like the 20th similar playlist, how different are the artists gonna be? Well, we're gonna find out. When is Block Wars? That's my teammate. I'm so excited for Block Wars, dude. Chat usually reminds me of the day before, day of. Abe, given the organization that I've seen from you while we've talked and worked through things recently, this is a bit. But also 11 a.m. PST on Saturday. Smile. Why are my emotes not working on chat arena? They're working now? Still not working now. Have they block word before? I've never block word before now. People told me that block word is this update video, so I'll probably be watching that today. Oh, I need diorite. All the blocks I said I needed, I don't have. Can you craft diorite? Yes, you can. Another quartz and cobble. How much quartz do I have? A lot. That's good. Take coal and blaze. Time for the factory room. True. I don't think that's 328. Yes, it is. What's up, Dr. Lost 420? How you doing? You got a doctor's license for that? Spruce. That I have a good amount of. It's the +4. That's the... What are you again? Spore Blossoms. It's a name I'll never learn. The compressed netherite. It's there, I promise. Alright, that's a good few crystals for now. That's good for now. What's up, Barris? Get a few more fire red spots as well, too. Wouldn't be against that. I'm kind of on the magma cream. Need a little bit of that, please. I know this song. Oh, wait. I'm not really feeling the song right now, to be honest. I just finished so quickly. Alright. So what's the soul hunting armor that I have, and how badly am I gonna get shafted going into these vaults with it? 24 armor, 18 armor, 18 armor, 18 armor. Not a whole lot of protection, and an incredibly low amount of health. Jesus Christ. Okay, I think 100% soul shard drop rate versus Giant's Heart. This isn't gonna give me too much, is it? It's still 2 hits and I'm dead. It's still 2 hits and I'm dead. So it's probably worth it to just go with the Adonis Dagger. Yeah, that's what I think. It's probably a good idea. And then this and this. Now, what can I rock as a charm for this to make it so I maybe don't die as quickly? Hmm. Prismatic Feather. Phylactery would be a bit silly, but maybe there's a reality where it's okay? Just so I don't get caught up in needing to heal too often, or I could dash around more quickly. You know what? I'm gonna rock Phylactery. Why not? Where's the poem mana regeneration at? 187%, because I got barely any mana regen on this stuff. That's probably worth it just to have on for that reason alone. Soul chance 877. Are you still on fried? Yeah, it's really fun. And really fucking terrifying. Soul chance 877. So I'm not holding my sword. Soul chance 1159. That's the set. This is a genre where it's hard to tell the good songs from mediocre ones? I don't think so. I can tell when a good song comes along pretty well. How many vaults after the update have you ran? 4? I think I ran 3 elixir and 1 scavenger. Is it worth doing soul hunting on fragged? Well, I'm not disabling fragged. Like, I've moved to this difficulty, and as long as I'm running vaults with it, I'm not gonna suddenly switch difficulty when I'm doing different vaults. It seems a bit silly. It's probably not worth it to have the keys on me. That being said, with this armor, how expensive is my rebuy? 173. Oh, it's because of the dagger and the phylactery. Otherwise, it would be in 20 or less. Yeah, 155 then. 145. Have you tried Eternals yet? They're extremely powerful. Plus 2 speed, haste or strength for only 1 skill point. It's possible to keep it up for the whole vault. Have Eternals been fixed? We're rolling this one. Yeah, sure, why not? I thought Eternals have been broken since H tried it out a while ago. That's only because I haven't really been keeping up with Eternals whatsoever. The concept's probably fine, it just doesn't interest me. Could you try a health or armor faceted focus now they've changed, or the modification table to guarantee health or armor? Oh, you could try a health or armor faceted focus? On here? I mean, I need to get rid of something in order to do that, and I don't really want to get rid of anything on this stuff. So I don't want to lose a soul chance. That being said, I'm still a little salty that I wound up spending 5k bronze and an opportunistic focus rerolling a chest plate only to find out that block chance isn't currently in. Which, for what it's worth, after talking with this gal, seems like that's not going to be a permanent change. I have my beliefs to understand that block chance will be remaining on chest plates, which is very pog. I love that mechanic, so I'm glad that it's not getting trashed. Not doing Furious. Haunted Freezing. Yeah, it will be. Blank Haunted, Blank Frail, or just Frail. Draining, minus 10 mana regeneration. Come test the waters with me, Abe. It's really bad, but it's really fun. So, hold on. Do I still have this up? Yeah, I do. Catalyst and Crystal modification. I felt that the Catalyst mechanic was better used. Crystal instability system was rewritten and now has a 75% chance of cursing the crystal if the instability procs, instead of a 75% chance of making the crystal unmodifiable. That says soul chance drop rate. Surely Adonis Dagger means haunted is pointless. What do you mean? I asked this last stream, but you didn't see it. Would you consider going back to hard difficulty to see if it's a challenge? Might be less of just chugging health potions all vault. I've watched people run on hard. It doesn't interest me. Because, I mean, the thing was, right? I ran frag difficulty on update 7, so 4 times the damage being applied to me, but that was without the tier 4 mobs and with chaining, still proccing CC. And even with that increased amount of damage, I found myself still being able to go into POIs and not really care about mobs because I had ways to be able to deal with them pretty easily because it wasn't balanced correctly, right? I'd have to imagine that it'd be somewhat the same situation if I went back to hard difficulty. So the new things are still added in, but I'm being dealt a fourth of the amount of damage that I currently am. I don't know. For the way that I'd like to play, it's just not really what I want to do. So Hana is plus 50% drop rate. Adonis Dagger is 100% drop rate. Surely it can't be more than 100%, or am I dumb? You're not dumb, you're just very wrong. So plus percentage is relative to what the base value currently is. So I have 1100% on my entire armor. Because if the base chance of getting a shard is, let's say, 20% on a kill, then 1,000% would be, now it's 200% on a kill, which means you have a chance of getting 2 shards per kill. It doesn't cap at 100. Do you get any bonuses for running hard difficulties? Nope. The difficulty that you run does not matter. You can run on easy mode or you can run on fragged, and the loot and experience gain will all be the same. I think I understand this, but I'd have to actually do it to see. Wrong equals dumb? Hey, what's mean? You can't say those things. That was like a chance of getting a shard at all? No, I thought initially too. It's really 10% negative modifiers draining haunted. Yeah, that's probably good enough. And then we'll chuck a Soul Flame on. You can't do that. He didn't know. Then in that case, I'm throwing a lot of these on. What is there in the black market that you farm soul shards? Well, one of the recent things that got added into the black market is the inscription stuff. I think there was something else in the black market as well, at a very rare chance of finding. Maybe it was inscriptions? So much to look for in this. It's not down here, though. Chaotic Crystal? Control F. Thank you, I know how to use a computer. It's a Chaos Catalyst. New Uber Catalyst found rarely in Citrocious and in the black market that will turn the crystal it is attached to into a Chaos Crystal upon entering the Chaos Vault. 30 random modifiers rolled. That's the one. No problem? Thank you. Really gonna be testing out how good Phoenix is on this vault. Five Phoenix. Instability 60%. Good one. 5 times Wild. You know, thinking about it, I was saying this. Even just one Wild, and I'm out of the vault. I'm literally leaving. So, you know, maybe that actually wouldn't be a very good thing to try out. Why 5 Phoenix? Because, so, Phoenix got changed if you don't know. It's not just if you die, you get all your stuff back and you're exited from the vault. Phoenix now works where it's basically a totem of undying. You've already got your question answered, but I'm going to continue to explain. If you take fatal damage, or what would be fatal damage, a Phoenix will proc. It will give you a burst of health and regeneration and damage a ton of mobs around you. And that will be 1 Phoenix out of the 5 lost. So you'll have that happen to you 4 more times on 4 more separate instances of fatal damage being taken. And after those 5 are done, you're out of Phoenixes. And then if you die in the vault, it's just like any other death. Are you gonna watch the Super Mario Bros. Movie? Probably. Draining, frail, a haunted phoenix. This is gonna be fun. Can't locate a dungeon with Hunter, but I can still find one and sit in it. No shield? Where did I put my shield? I put it in here. I'll hold on to it, I guess. I've got my idol on for soul chance. Probably wouldn't be a bad idea to hold on to the shield just for the block chance while I'm running around. Smile, thank you very much for the 5. I appreciate you. Thank you. What's the total soul percentage? So the vault is 200%, and my armor and sword combined is, with the idol, 1159, so it'll be 1359. Would the new village room be a good spot? There's not really a lot of mobs down there, admittedly. So probably not, no. Thanks for the 5, Smiles. Been dropping a lot, and I appreciate that extremely. Thank you so much. Okay, let's not get our ass kicked. Hey, you want to come along? Dragon Room is a good spot. Dragon Room scares the shit out of me. Why are we self farming? Because I want to go shopping. I haven't done it in a while. I'm kind of done to just hang and chill. Press H. What's your stats? Oh. I have mine rebound. Hey, my stats are nothing to go off of. If I get hit twice, I'm dead. That's actually quite possible if I get hit a single time, I die. So for all this to say, I might wind up getting into a situation where there's an archer, and I'm completely fucked. 87% defense with only 78 armor. Probably the shield and the block chance. 30% block chance on the shield and 11 res. Lemon Light, thanks for the 3. Appreciate you. Thank you. It's very kind. Thank you so much. Alright. 4 times damage, right? 4 times damage and 2 times mob health. Goes in trapdoors to help with farming setup. Bringing blocks might honestly not be that bad of an idea. I'll bring some slabs too. I'm Discord. Keep. Yo.
Yo.
So you want to come?
Kind of down to, check it out.
Get a taste.
Down to check it out, yeah, maybe. Do I take extra durability damage from this?
I don't know, actually. Because I feel like my durability has been getting hit pretty hard in these vaults.
Yeah.
So maybe?
So what is your strategy in these vaults?
Good question. I don't fucking know. If you're talking about just frag difficulty in general, it's handle one POI at a time and be extremely cautious while doing it. So like oftentimes I'll run up to a POI and try and spawn all the mobs and back up out of the spawning distance or the spawner distance. So that when I go back into it to try and mine it, it won't proc another wave of mobs on me.
Oh, so it's like early game.
Kind of, just a lot more terrifying. Honestly, frag difficulty isn't super threatening because I ran it on 7, update 7, and it wasn't too bad. It's the new tier 4 mobs and the ranged, as well as chaining, not dealing CC, that's been the extreme difficulty.
Yeah. I felt it. Trust me.
You've had your experiences with it.
You watch me die, bro.
I didn't really know it was in the update, though, to be fair. But, yeah, you're right.
There's a new mob that I'm really scared of.
Which one?
I forgot what it's called. It's the piglin that can spawn in any vault and has like a crossbow, but he shoots like rapid fire and does 1,000,000 damage to you.
Yep. I think that guy deals 9 hearts every shot for me.
He shoots so fast. What did you put on this? Is there Phoenix on this?
Phoenix 5 times.
5 Phoenix?
Dude, I'm not fucking around, man. Because the thing is, right, I don't know whether or not those little, the pigmen that you're talking about, the pig ones with the crossbows, are going to spawn in dungeon rooms or not. So if one of those spawns and snipes me a single time, I'm fucking dead on the spot.
Oh, you're going for dungeons.
Oh yeah, for this.
Okay, let's do this.
Hell yeah. How much is your ghost if you wind up dying?
After I died, it was 194.
No, this one right now, your current set.
Oh, my current set. Let me check.
I'm sitting at 191 for mine.
230.
Do you have... Oh, you're running full Omega gear, aren't you?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Possible.
Your gear's sick, though. You'll be able to take, like, 5 hits, where I'd only be able to take 4.
Okay. Well, pardon me?
Come through. Oh, leave your party. Nice fit, man.
Thank you.
It's snazzy as hell.
You like it?
I do. I rolled or what was it? I went into a dungeon, or not dungeon, treasure room yesterday, and I got an Omega chestplate unrolled.
What?
And Iskall was on, and I'm like, I'm giving this to Iskall to roll. I don't want to roll it. I want him to do it. And he rolled it for me, and he got the pirate chestplate. So he unlocked the pirate transmog for himself instead of me.
Yeah, why did you do that?
Why would I not? He got the pirate outfit. He's literally on Pirate Cove. Couldn't have been any more scripted.
True.
You ready?
No.
You ever soul hunting set?
Huh?
You ever soul hunting set?
No, I'm not soul hunting, bro.
What are you doing then?
Huh? I don't know.
Testing the waters?
Seeing
Dipping
how
your
much
toes
it hurts. Yeah.
Alright, bet.
I'm gonna let them smack me around a little bit and see how much it hurts, you know?
I still have not let an elite hit me once, and I don't think I'm going to. I have full faith that if an elite hits me a single time, I will die. Snow theme's interesting. Oh, it's an elixir, and there's a...
Oh, there's a what?
There's a dude down here.
Oh, there's a turning point in the first room. Okay. Let me know if you find any treasure rooms.
Oh, which keys do you have?
Pizza Night, Tubium, and Bombing Night.
Wait. Skeleton shot man. I took
This is
2.5
for
hearts
first
of
place
damage.
plus pag.
Is this theme not scaled correctly?
Oh. Be careful, maybe it was just that one mob.
Interesting. Which way to go, by the way?
West.
Go west. Okay, I'll go behind the portal.
Dude, I'm scared.
I honestly think this might be the best thing for you to get to like test the waters. Because I really don't know how many updated mobs are in here. Do you just want to get 5 Phoenix or 5 total? 5 in total. This spot.
Okay.
There's you guys.
Are you sure this is fragged?
You're not taking much damage, are you?
I'm taking half a heart of damage.
Have a tier 4 subfighter hit you. One with the weapon.
Okay.
I think the vault's on hard mode now, not fragged. It's a bug. How do you know that?
Who said that? Ban him.
I'm ready to. According to chat, is the last person who enters the vault. What? Also, who let Muki get a hold of the configs before the update and turned every single spawner into a Muki spawner? Also, yeah, this vault is not on frag difficulty, actually.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because I just got hit by a couple tier 4s.
Oh no, what a crying shame. That's so unfortunate.
Wait,
Oh no.
it's based on the last person that enters the vault? That makes no sense. So that means that midway through a vault, it can become
Harder difficulty.
less difficult.